Good morning to you, my great and beautiful friends outside there in TBC. In TBC. It's such a nice feeling once again to be on with you this very Monday morning in Nigeria. Today is 6th October 2018, Monday. There's something we shouldn't forget. Please, let's not forget that today is the same body meeting broadcast. So if you're in this part of the world in Nigeria, the time is 3 p.m. prompt. So please don't miss it. Well, I have to welcome you once again to this beautiful Monday morning, my broadcast. It is tagged No Room for Radicals in TBC. Why do I choose this very topic? It's such an interesting one because when you look at TBC and its structures and everything about it, you find out that we are moving. And for the fact that we are moving, we are going somewhere. And who are we going with? We are going with reputable members of the society, those who know what they are doing and not just those who are mere opportunists. We are dealing with people that actually know what they're doing. And as such, we don't want to trade our genuinity for any reason. So being radical here is zero. TBC is zero tolerance. We don't tolerate radicals of all sorts. If you look at those people who are radicals in nature, you see it displays in whatever they do. Whatever they do bears the mark of radicalism. And when you look at TBC, you find out that it's a genuine movement which involve those who are well respected, those who care for themselves, those who care for others, those who value what they are and who they are, and their relationship with others is something they wouldn't want to trade for any other unnecessary things. So as we get along doing what we do or what we know how to do best in TBC, let's not get things mixed up and get carried away by mere frivolities, especially when I talk about this being radical. You also remember that all in the name of making money, so many third parties, so many ideologies have sprang up as a result of TBC being around. And they also have seen the opportunity therein. Others are quickly trying to grab whatever they could and up they go. But there's no place for such in TBC. With time without number, continue to educate people, continue to help them to understand that if you are getting involved with any third party aside from TBC, you're your own. You don't have anyone to blame for that. You don't have any reason to give and start giving TBC wrong reputation or bad reputation that TBC did this or that. As far as I know, and I am very much convinced, no one can conveniently come out and say that he put or she put he or she put so amount of money in TBC and at the end of the day lost it. No, you don't lose it except if you do otherwise. You don't lose it except if you choose not to listen to instructions and obey the rules governing the TBC community. So being radical here is not in any way welcomed. If you want to get radical outside, not in TBC community. When I watched the recent blog post about TBC, especially the level of where one can even, the extent of where one can go to even bring others, that even a day baby can become a TBC and can even do a broadcast. I picked on the correction that was made to Randy, the great guy in TBC here. He was carried away because of how good and how interested and how, in fact, how superb the TBC plan was. I started mentioning that you can even register your cards, register your digging and things like that. But in that corrective blog stroke article, yes, blog and video, article and video, it was stated that no, and Randy was simply carried away. And it's not that he did, but just looking at the beauty things involved in TBC, that you only have humans and not animals, not even your pets in TBC. So that correction was made. And I picked a very nice point there that, look, TBC is going somewhere. TBC doesn't tolerate anything, even from anybody, no matter whoever you are. So I also appreciate the fact that Randy took that. He got the point very well, and similar thing happened to me. Why did I say that similar thing happened to me? Because I was carried away, so to say, many a times due to how freely, how excited I am about the billion coin community. I would want to cut corners. And what corners am I talking about? I would do a video and later upload it without first of all scheduling it. And when I checked it, I found out that such videos is being rejected. Why was it rejected? It's not because of anything, but simply because I didn't follow the rules. And again, even the time, just short video that's supposed to be in testimonial section, and now put it in broadcast, which ought not to be. So, what am I saying? Doing things rightly has a way of paying you instead of trying to, no matter how excited, no matter how happy you may be. No, what is expected is just do whatever you can to do it rightly. Please take this. Sorry. So when I noticed that my video was rejected, then I quickly go to the testimonial section and have it placed because that is where it really belongs, and that is how things in TBC ought to be done. So if you've been doing anything in TBC and find out that you're not going anywhere, or you're not getting what the desired result, come back, look at the directions, and try as much as you can to do it exactly the way it's supposed to be done. And that is it. So being radical because you are elated or because you are overly happy, well, that may not really be what we are asking of. The most important thing here is follow the rules, follow the instructions, and get things done the way it is asked to be done. Not the way you just felt that, oh, if I do this way, it's going to be the best. It may end up not being the best because that is not what we are asked to do. Do it exactly what it is expected, and you get the needed and fine result. While we are talking about TBC and not giving room for any radicals, look at the caliber of people involved in TBC. What is their intention? Is it just money? Is it just to become wealthy? I find out that it goes to a extent of helping people to see the reality on ground. It's helping people to see that with the way technology is, and those who truly want to believe and do things, doing things in technological way has always become the best, been the best because tech doesn't give room for frivolities. Yes, the tech has been built there. The internet is there. You only go discrediting yourself, thinking that in fact, you are taking people's money or that you are scamming others. You end up giving yourself a bad name because such doesn't last. But when you see the ability, when you see the opportunity, when you see the beauty things in TBC, you find out that most of the things that people are doing out there, they do it because that is what they want to do. It gives room for playing anyhow. It gives room for doing whatever you want and going about the way you want it to be. But in TBC, we have laid down rules and principles, and when followed properly, you are bound to see the result exactly as you are told that is going to come out. So people should stop getting carried away and feeling that they can do anything whatsoever and get away with it in TBC community. No. Appreciating the work that the admin is doing in this community will help each and every one of us to start doing the right thing. Start following the instructions, start contributing to the community, start making things to come up the way it ought to be. TBC is not a childish play. And for that, go to your back office, see how everything is being organized, see how the different sections of various websites that TBC was using formerly is being organized into one. That Kringle back office is such a wonderful tool for anyone who wants to make it and succeed in TBC. So if really you want to do it and get it rightly done, follow instructions and don't allow naysayers to get you confused. So in as much as we try to live and do things the way it is expected to be done, let's not give room for frivolities by not following the rules and doing the best we can. I always like to read, and when I read, I always like to share what I read with people. And the other day, I was talking about how one could be able to listen to the right voice. And part of what I get from that place, it is talking about the idea of being able to start whatever you start, and not only starting it, but also finishing up. And the topic says, all things must be finished before they can be started. That book goes a long way in this, trying to help people to really appreciate that whatever they're doing has to go with reasons and reputable ones, not just anyhow reason. That book says, I want to read out from it. It says, everything in the world around us was finished in the mind of its creator before it was started. The houses we live in, the cars we drive, our clothing, our furnishings, all of these things began with an idea. Each idea was then studied, refined, and perfected, either mentally or on paper, before the first nail was driven or the first piece of cloth was cut. Long before the idea was converted into a physical reality, the mind had clearly envisioned the finished product. Then, if we have actually followed through about what I read out from here, it's talking about the concept of starting anything. So when you start anything and that thing is progressing, along the line, you notice that some directions it being follows, which may not actually work well in getting you to your desired destination. Because of the fact that you have finished it in your mind before coming up with it, it will help you to do all you could to redirect it to the area or to the direction that is going to take you to where you want it to be. And that is exactly what we are talking about in TBC. That is, again, when you see some certain move of admin taking place, most of us sometimes may not really understand it. And as a result of that, some may start getting it wrong and terming it that admin is scamming people, admin is doing this, admin is doing that. And I always like to follow one thing, especially in his own world. He said that if paying your $10 back office, $10 is something you cannot afford, and you go about talking badly about it, say that is your own problem. That's your problem in the sense that I have even myself come to understand the very fact, and it's a beautiful point per se. In our various banks, do your transactions, even if you like, leave your money there. And when you leave your money there, instead of going up, even with the so-called interest you are earning, the continual deductions from different SMS messages, different reasons, whatsoever, card maintenance, and you name it, everything continue to deep hole, serious hole inside your money. But here, the admin is being clear, being very fair to the core. Please, just pay this $10. This $10 helps us in securing your e-wallet. This $10 helps us in creating your own website for you. That is all we need to maintain it. And people are finding fault. So many people have made so much money in TBC, and for them to pay just $10 because a hard thing for them to do. So what are we talking about? Some people get radical, some people get mad. I can't do this, you don't see me, I can't do that, or things like that. Well, the one thing in life is that if you must follow the right course and do exactly what you are expected to do in any situation, in any firm, be ready to face antagonism. Be ready to face people who will not see it the way you see it. Be ready to face those who will always try to pick unnecessary points from the effort, the fine effort you are making. So for us to tell ourselves the truth, TBC admin is doing a wonderful job. And for that, we have to always appreciate what is being done. I'm also going to read another piece from the same book, say designing a better future. When you are doing something and which you want to last and which you want exactly what you want to be, designing a better future, you have to think about how is it going to be tomorrow. This thing I'm doing today, what is the effect? That book says there is a very special emotional magic that takes place when we design the future and set new goals with a specific purpose in mind. As we see the future clearly in our mind's eyes, we experience a level of excitement in anticipation of the day when all that we dream will become a reality. Are you going? Okay, see you later. So, the more clearly we see the vision of the future, the more we are able to borrow from its inspiration. This borrowed inspiration finds its way into our conversations, our energy, the level we choose to go, our relationships and our attitude. The more excited we become by our future dreams, the easier it is to develop the necessary discipline and make the refinement to our philosophy. In other words, our dreams inspire us to think and act and feel and become exactly the kind of person we must be to realize our dream. Do we get it? Our dreams inspires us to think and act and feel and become exactly the kind of person we must be to realize our dream. Being radical in nature here is taking us nowhere in TBC. Being radical only takes us further away from the reality. So, following along the instructions given by the admin, reading the blogs, attending the meeting, talking to people about TBC is what we ought to do, because we have clearly seen the vision and see how beautiful the future in TBC is, how everything is unfolding for the betterment of others coming in and even for ourselves. Should we trade this for any other frivolities over there? There are thousands, millions of businesses out there, but if we must tell ourselves the simple truth, that is without mincing word, without being or just without trying to please anyone, but just being what is needed to be. Let the truth be told. I am yet to see any online concept that can be or that could be compared to what TBC is presently doing. I am yet to see it anywhere. It is true that people are making money, yes. People make money because of what they are doing, because it suits them. And I'm not saying that TBC is the only opportunity that one can do and get things done rightly. TBC is simply the best opportunity. And another good thing therein is that it doesn't stop you from doing whatsoever you want to do. But while you are doing that, always know that being negative in the public about TBC shows one to be highly irresponsible. Aha. It shows that you are yet to understand what you're doing. Because if you truly understand what you're doing in TBC, or even if you don't understand it, but look at the result of others, what others are getting, you need to talk to yourself and say that it's like this problem is from me. Yes. It's like this problem is mine because others are getting things done rightly and others are testifying about the beauties in the community. Or why not me? Because we allow our radical nature, our thinking to get us swayed, or we allow those who do not see themselves aligned with the concept of TBC to discourage us. So we should not allow people who are inexperienced to get us misdirected. Let me go on with that very book. It says, If we are intelligent enough to invest our experiences of the past and wise to borrow the excitement and inspiration of the future by clearly seeing that future in our mind eye, then past experience and future excitement becomes today's little problem. So the finished product we foresee guides us in our present effort, making the attainment of the better future an inevitable conclusion. We become pulled by the future and guided by the past because we have chosen to take intelligent action in the present. We have chosen to take intelligent action in the present. We don't want to allow the past to always hold us down. Let's look to the future, make use of the present opportunities we have to build that future to be exactly what we want it to be. The book goes on to say, the unique ability we have for investing our past experiences and borrowing inspiration from the future is an incredible force. And the good news is, anyone can do it. We all have the capacity for designing the future in advance so that when the new day arrives, it is more than it might have been simply because we used part of our past and our future to create it. The power of the future is an awesome force. What can be has to has the power to drive us to do all that we can to achieve that desired result. So, if we remain focused, we'll be able to see the outline for us to be successful in TBC. Everything is properly laid down. Everything has been properly created for us to deep hand and just benefit and eat. And so, being radical really helps us to achieve the aim of naysayers who don't know anything about what we are doing. And besides, they choose not to know and they don't want to know. It is only when the reality on ground dawns on them asking you, how did you manage? You are able to manage because you held firm, even when the vision was still blurry, it was still not very clear, but you saw it with your clear eyesight, and you decided that, look, I'm going to do this. And for the fact that I'm doing this, I will not allow anything to distract me. So, being in TBC, the future money, is something that anyone with good sense of reasoning will want to come in. Look at the easiness, the ease in transacting. Look at the beautiful website. Look at the e-wallet section. Look at everything about the billion coin that we've been talking about. So all we need to do is get people educated, help them to see the beauty and the good things they stand to gain from. Wow, I wouldn't want to trade my TBC opportunity for any quick and overnight businesses outside there. You are free to do your businesses. But in as much as you are doing that, don't allow it to affect the fine opportunity you have in the billion coin. If you don't know it, try to get clear picture of what TBC is from those who have really taken time to study. We have really taken time to invest in TBC and know it inside out. I remember my humble self, Amici, and if you ask those who has benefited from my tech, they will tell you that, look, the way they saw TBC before was quite different from what they've come to understand using my services. I am always available. It doesn't matter where you are, where you may be is not the issue, because this is modern age. This is tech age. You can be in America and you work freely for somebody in Africa. You can be in Africa and work for somebody in America. All you need to do is have the situation on ground. Let the person know exactly what it takes and what it was. Give them out your fees. Yes. So if TBC is money, I wonder why people are still afraid to invest. In terms of investing by paying those who are ready to assist them, set up their e-wallet section, who are ready to help them pay up their back office and have their necessary questions about it, everything about it put in order. I've been doing this, and the thing has really exposed me to the fact that people were afraid of what TBC will become. But I'm beginning to see that those fears is getting cleared. People want to see action. Action is good, nonetheless. But before the action takes place, there must be preparations. And the preparation is what the billion coins have been undergoing. And even while still under preparation, people are seeing results. They are mixing it. We are preparing and getting results. Those results is helping me to prepare better. You see the fact that when we are good in what we are doing, the results will also be good. We understand the fact that economy in different parts of the world is not the same thing. Most people in America and Western world, they may not have to undergo the challenges we are facing here in Africa. Look at my broadcast. Look at how poor the services may be and thereabout. But one thing I appreciate and value in TBC is this. Your effort, no matter how little it is highly appreciated and commended. It's commended because you are working towards making things to work. Excuses doesn't take us to